Hello you guys, and welcome to a very casual July wrap-up. I have been trying to get around to filming this video all week long, but it has been extremely crazy. I'm actually leaving on a very short road trip today, and I'm hoping to get editing done in the car, so if you don't mind, we're gonna do this super casually while I am feeding my neighbor's dog. Starting off in July, I read 1Q84 by Haruki Murakami, and I actually started this back in June for Japanese June, and that was all I read in June. I didn't get much reading done at all because, again, it was another crazy month. So 1Q84 is actually considered, I believe, Murakami's like magnum opus. It's definitely his longest novel. My version was 925 pages, though I did read it on my Kindle. I did a full review on 1Q84, but I enjoyed the first two books. I thought they were spectacularly written. I thought the plot was really well developed, and I was very intrigued. And then for me, the third book just kind of fell apart. So if you would like to see my full thoughts on the book, I will link the review down below. Next up in July, I read The Gate by Natsume Soseki, and this I believe can be considered a modern Japanese classic. This was actually supposed to be my second book for Japanese June, but because I took so long reading 1Q84, I didn't actually get to it, and I've decided just to carry out my Japanese June TBR throughout the rest of the summer. The Gate follows a very simple plot surrounding Sosuke and his wife Oyone, and it basically just follows their everyday lives for about a year as they struggle to maintain their very meager household and have to take in Sosuke's younger brother, Koroku, I believe that's who it was. I'm getting all of the Japanese names confused, guys. Bear with me. I wrote a review on my blog, which I will link down below, but if you like books where nothing much happens and it's just very beautifully written, I think you'll really enjoy The Gate. If you like Japanese literature or more modern Japanese literature in particular, I would highly suggest checking it out because I kind of think that Soseki is where a lot of the more modern writers got their very subdued, melancholy tone, and if you like that kind of very basic descriptiveness that's at the same time incredibly beautiful, I would suggest you check this out. I will recommend that you read the introduction. I don't remember who wrote the introduction to my edition because I borrowed it from my library, but it was very helpful in just kind of setting up the prose to come. Next up in July, I finished a collection of short stories called Manhattan Mayhem, and this was edited by Mary Higgins Clark. Now, I don't have my copy with me currently, but I did haul this a while back, so I will put that video somewhere in here. This was sent to me by the lovely Quirk Books in exchange for an honest review, so thanks, Quirk. And in all honesty, I was rather disappointed in this book. Manhattan Mayhem is supposed to be a collection of short stories, each one centered in a different neighborhood in New York. Now, I think I was just expecting a different kind of mystery writing. I personally am a big fan of kind of those like blockbuster books that are very fast-paced. The action is forever moving and gripping, and this just wasn't that kind of mystery collection. If you like very literary mystery, and if you like mystery that breaks a lot of conventions and does a lot of interesting stuff, I think you'll really enjoy this collection. I do think it's a good way to sample all of the authors that are included in the collection, but it just wasn't for me, and I ended up giving it 2 stars. I'm also in the middle of a graphic novel right now, which embarrassingly enough, I've totally blanked on the title, but I will put a thing here. I'm enjoying it so far. It's a little heavy-handed, but I will probably talk about it in its own review coming up shortly. Alright you guys, that's actually all I read in July. Hopefully you didn't mind this very impromptu and obviously off-the-cuff video, but I gotta get going before I get in major trouble for holding everybody else up. So I hope you had a great reading month in July. Let me know some of the things that you enjoyed, some of the things that you read and enjoyed down below, and I will see you next time. Bye! Arm muscles, building arm muscles.